welcome back to another video of H&H Express model and scale trains. This is part number 5 in the build of the second layout in my Caravan. But you think, well, he's not in his Caravan because this is Buddy Town. And that is true. But I want to talk today about the background, so the backdrop. And some of you may already have seen that in my Caravan on the second layout I already installed a backdrop, and that backdrop I created myself. So in this video I would like to go over the techniques which I used to create that backdrop and show you the result of the second layout. It's not like this backdrop, because this backdrop I bought, but if I would do it again I will do it differently than what I did here. So let's go back to the computer and show you what I did.
So here we are at the computer, and I show you some pictures which I created. Some pictures are regular pictures and other pictures are panoramic pictures. But before doing that, I'm gonna show you a short video which I made in the field to show you how I created the picture.
So let's make a nice panoramic picture for a backdrop. So if you can see here, this would be a nice view, and I will be recording this. I have a second camera with me. On that camera you see some divided lines, and I would like to have those lines, at least a view of the trees and the the farm over there in between those lines. So, and that is what I'm gonna try to do. So I made a picture of it already, and let's go back to the computer and then I will show you how I make that panoramic view. And I have set the resolution to the highest resolution my camera or my cell phone can have, which is 4K, and that it will be enough for a small panoramic backdrop. So let's go back to the computer and see how I'm handling that. So here is another nice view, and I have the other camera with me as well, so let me see if I can bring that in the frame. And you see that I use the guidelines, and I try to put the trees within the two guidelines to make it easier. So let's make a picture of that. So I created the picture, and let's go back to the computer and show how I did that so that we can use it as a panoramic or a backdrop on the layout.
So here we are back with the computer, and as you can see I created several pictures. These two smaller pictures are the panoramic settings of the cell phone, and the others are the full frame as you capture it in a regular photo. So let's now open one of the pictures, and it will open up the photo application on your system. In this case I'm using a Windows system. So let's open it up, and I'm gonna make it full frame. So here we have it. So, and as you can see, this picture we could remove a little bit of the skyline, and we could remove a little bit of the bottom. So let's do that. So I'm gonna go over to edit image, and in the edit image you can use crop. And as soon as you click one of the bars here at the top or at the front, you will see that the guidelines will appear as well. So if I would make a panoramic picture of this, I would just slide it a little bit down, so removing the treetops, and then here at the bottom I'm gonna slide it so that the rest will be a little bit in the middle. So like this, I can actually drop a little bit more of the sky so that the rest is in the middle. So this would give me a picture of, as you can see, 6944 by 715. So I could save this picture as a copy. Let me do that. Save as a copy. And it will bring me a Explorer window where I can paste it. So let me select the right folder. Pictures. Creating backdrops. That will be the same folder as I have the no, I'm not gonna replace it, so let me gonna put their backdrop 1. So now it's being saved as backdrop 1 in that same folder. So, and it looks like this. So now what we need to do, we need to print it. The problem is, if I'm gonna use the regular print option here in this application, print, it will not print it over multiple pages. It will use, in this case, I have a HP inkjet printer. It will just print it on one page. And there is no setting in which I can do that. The program which I'm gonna use is Paint. So let me open up Paint. So here we have Paint. We're gonna open up the file which we just saved. Let me go to live stream because I did enter that in the live stream. Backdrops, pictures, creating backdrops, and that was backdrop number 1, so I'm gonna open that one. So let's see how it looks. So it all fills in the frame of Paint. And what you can do now, you can go to File, Print, and Page Setup. In the page setup, we set it to landscape. This is set to ladder format, but I have A4, which is the metric version. And you can see that the printed area here in a 1x1 page is a very small section. Now what you can do, and that's the nicest thing about Paint, you can print 2 pages which are next to each other. You can print 3 pages, and you see that this area is enlarged, and we can do 4, maybe 5, and maybe even 6. You can see 6 is still good, so let's pick 7. So 7 would be the ideal for this format. We might need to crop a little bit of these trees over here and a little bit over the trees over there to get it. So if I click now OK, I have set the printer settings, and I can do now a print preview. And the print preview shows me the pages side by side so that I can adjust it later. You see that there is an extra area. That is because we selected that we need to have a border, so I can do borderless printing. But since I want to overlap these printed pictures, I will cut this side over here, or depending on the angle on which you view it when you come into the room. Because if you're coming in the left from the left side in the room, you will have this picture over here on top of that picture, so that you need to cut away this white line and then glue them on top of each other. If you come in from the right side to not look into that seam, this picture will be on top and this will be on the bottom. So that means that you cut your paper over here. And that is what I did in the Caravan. I come into the room from the left side. So the left picture is on top of the right picture. So, but let's scroll to the pages, because this page will now be moving to that side. So you can see it will move to that side. And this will be the next picture. So let's continue and see, okay, here we have that farm. And here we have the rest of that farm. And then we have some bushes over here. So the last page, page number 7, is not completely filled. So I could actually remove this area. So if you think, well, this is good enough for me, you select print over here, and then the printer will print it. So, and then what you need to do is, as mentioned, the way you come into that room, you look at the seams, and if you don't want to look into the seam, the other picture needs to be on top, and you will cutting this one off. So in this case, I'm coming from the left, which means this is the picture which I see first. Then the picture to the right needs to be below the other picture to avoid looking into that seam, so you don't see a white line. So, and I will show you a picture now of how it looked. So let me do that. So here is the picture of the backdrop. As you can see, I made it a little bit in an angle, and you can see that there is one seam visible over here. The other seams are almost not visible on this picture. And this is a very nice backdrop, and it was in my area where I have my Caravan, so that was easy to do. So I can still make this seam invisible by selecting some colors and using some touch-ups, but that's what I'm not gonna do, because it is just for in the Caravan. So if you like this video, and if you want to see more of these videos, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.